Am I the asshole for not wanting my daughter to be homeschooled? I F23 have 4 kids, F5, F3, F3, and F1, and I'm also expecting my 5th child. So as you can probably tell from the ages, I'm overwhelmed with my kids and extremely exhausted by the end of the day. My husband works long shifts, so I primarily take care of the kids. My husband M27 wants a big family, and I honestly don't think I'm equipped to handle the load of having any more children after this one. So I asked my husband if I could get a nanny to just come twice a week or put the kids in a day camp. He's against daycare because of the bad reputation it gets and the nanny. He thinks it can get pricey, so he suggested that maybe this upcoming school year I homeschool my eldest and have her help me out. But I really don't agree with that. For starters, she's only 5, and I already feel bad for the little things she does do by keeping her sisters entertained when I'm busy with housework, and lastly, I was homeschooled for the majority of my school years and I honestly hated it and wish I went to public school. My husband now thinks I'm not taking into consideration his parenting choices and that I'm being selfish by not wanting to come to some sort of agreement regarding this. A lot of people in my life would probably agree with him. So I need an unbiased perspective. Am I the asshole? Edit. So many questions. So for starters, I'm not in any harm's way, and yes, we are part of a religion. I don't want to make the post strictly about that. Also, me and my husband both came from big families. Like, I'm 6 of 10 kids, but I knew that he would wanted a big family as well. But I just didn't think I would be entirely alone doing it, or it would just happen so fast. But I appreciate everyone's advice and input, and I'm completely fine. I'm just overwhelmed and tired. No. 5 children in nearly as many years is not physically good for you. If you think you're done after this one, ask them to tie your tubes while you deliver this one. 5 kids under 6 is a lot of physical work. Adding homeschooling to the mix is too much. When does he think you'll have the time to do lessons? Literally. When? And asking your 5-year-old to become your co-parent company housewife is a terrible idea. She's a small child and needs to be your child. What is wrong with this man that he thinks these are good ideas? He wants to put the 5-year-old to work in the house instead of sending her to school. Get IUD and control having children on your own. It sounds like your husband is controlling and being cheap. He wants a 5-year-old to essentially become a co-parent. That is utterly preposterous. Not the asshole. This is the hill to die on. You are already exhausted with 4. And are about to have a 5th. Your husband doesn't seem to grasp what is involved with raising that many small children. Homeschooling will only make things worse. Both for you and, more importantly, the 5-year-old. She needs the opportunity to go out and socialize. And you need an adult helper, nanny or some such like you suggested. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't have any more children with this man. He has no concept of what's involved with raising kids. If he's not willing to support them, which includes childcare, then he should not have them. Have her help you out. She's 5. If you want to homeschool your kids because you think you can provide an education that is better suited to them than the public schools, then I'm all in favor of it. But this sounds like he wants you to homeschool her so that she can learn to be mini-mom, rather than get an actual education. If you think homeschooling your kids is less work than sending them to public school, you're not doing it right. X200B. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Homeschooling a 5-year-old is just adding another kid you need to manage and supervise. Unless you're not actually doing the work to homeschool her properly. Send the 5-year-old to school. So you only have 4 kids to manage during the school day. Cut back on the housework. Not the asshole. You're correct. If I read this correctly, he wants a 5-year-old to homeschool so they can help raise the other children he wanted. It's not fair to your oldest in terms of her life or her education. If his plan is for each child to help raise the next. Read a few more Am I the Asshole? Posts where children are unhappy with their home life and parents due to that exact upbringing. Kids deserve a childhood. Your question was about homeschooling. You're not an A for wanting your kids to attend regular school regardless of his parenting wishes. Edit for clarity. You husband wants a big family. You are working on your 5th child right now. That is a big family. By today's standards. Maybe this upcoming school year I homeschool my eldest and have her help me out. He wants a 5-year-old to help you raise the younger ones. That is awful. He wants to parentify a 5-year-old child. You two need to stop having children. You are going to be a physical wreck. You have been pregnant every other year since you were 17 or 18 years old. Put the oldest in public school. Not the asshole for wanting your oldest to be in public school. Not the asshole. You should be looking for a divorce lawyer, not a nanny. His suggestion that your 5-year-old help raise the kids is so stupid it sounds made up. Get your tubes tied and don't tell him at the very least you already have a huge family. I have 3 boys 10, 8, and 5. The 10-year-old is just starting to do some chores. WTF is the 5-year-old supposed to help you out with? Not the asshole. Your husband is nuts. 4 kids at 23. Oh boy. You need a snip, kid. Not the asshole. Your husband is ridiculous. He expects to take a 5-year-old out of school and have her help you out. What a terrible parent. And how dare he expect you to give him a big family and then throw your and apparently your eldest children's lives away taking care of them. His parenting choices, which he is forcing on you, and doing virtually nothing himself, while wanting to parentify a 5-year-old. And it sounds like he courted and married you when you were 16, 17. Too young to stand up for yourself. Not the asshole. But he is. And he's refusing to respect your limitations. Tell him you'll talk about coming to an agreement once he has spent 3 days alone with the 4 kids and has some perspective on your point of view. Not the asshole, but for the love of all please stop having kids. Info Haven T. You discussed nannies and homeschooling and agreed on how you two want to raise your kids before having tons of kids. Not the asshole. You are selfish. Tell your husband to look in the mirror. You are the one doing the work. If you don't want more kids, don't. What you have will be a large family. Homeschooling would not be the right decision and a very poor parenting decision to make. Your oldest care for the younger ones. Not her job. Not the asshole, and you're in an abusive relationship. Leave that man. Also, I feel sorry for you. You're 22. You should not have to deal with a kid. Let alone 5. Think long and hard about what you want for your future.